Good morning, everyone. Hello. Welcome to our Heavenly Parent Holy Community, Oceania Hundoke. Today we have a special guest, Ledie Madelle Carabuena. She's our new missionary that's come from the Philippines. She'll give her testimony this Sunday, the 14th of May, 2023, or the 25th of March in the 11th year of Chongyol. So let's begin, as always, with a bow to our true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind. Chandu Champumimge, Kyombe, Paro. And let's recite our family pledge, both in Korean and English. Thank you.
가전맨세 6. 천일국 주인, 우리 가족은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님의 대신 가정으로서 천을 움직이는 가정이 되어 하늘의 축복을 집안에 연결시키는 가정을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
Family pledge number 6. Our family, the owner of Chongyol, pledges to become a family that moves heavenly fortune by embodying the heavenly parent and true parents, and to perfect a family that conveys heaven's blessing to our community by centering on true love. Thank you. And I'd like to ask Randall Apps if you could offer the opening prayer, please. Randall, can you offer the prayer, please? Or is it only late in there? Okay, not to worry. I'll just offer the opening prayer. Please join me. Our most beloved Heavenly Parent and true parents, we're truly grateful to be able to come together every morning to greet you and to offer you our heart and devotion. We know our mother is working really hard to realise Vision 2027, and we want to offer her our love and support and ask for her safety, protection and good health, and that she can live a long life and really enjoy many years and even decades living in Chongyol here upon this earth. We know our task is to restore at least 1/3 of humanity so they can understand about you, our Heavenly Parent, and our true parents, and about the blessing, and that this can bring about restoration of a nation. Really, we're at this time in which everything is completed, and truly the nation can be restored in our lifetime now, during this golden age of our true parents. We want to see North and South Korea united, because this is a condition for finding a national restoration. We want to see a nation emerge in Oceania, because this was declared by our true parents. The unified world will begin from Oceania, and it will begin through our self-determination, through our self-power, through our self-investment, through all of the heavenly tribal messiahs that are working towards realizing your will and fulfilling our responsibilities. So we ask that you can guide us so that we can invest the way that enables the restoration of the nation to take place quickly. We know that this needs to happen, and this is the goal of 2027. So we ask your presence here with us as we share your words, deepen our commitment, deepen our relationship with one another, and that this enables us to have the wisdom and the courage and the ability to be able to, share your heart and love with everyone that we meet, so that national restoration is realised. So thank you for your guidance. Thank you for your presence. And I pray and report this in our names, John and Shizia, and is a blessed central family. Arju. Thank you. And let's give a warm welcome to Ledie, who will share with us this morning. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning, brothers and sisters. My name is Ledie Madelle Carabuena. I'll be sharing my testimony about my a life of faith, right? Okay. So this is my spouse. He is Michael Angelo Masunsong, and he's currently doing mission in ILDP in US. And yes, my name is Ledie Madelle Carabuena. My first name was a combination of my mother and my father's name. So it's Eddie, Letty, and Eddie. That's why. So they just call me Ledie in short. And my last name is Carabuena. That means, Cara means face in Spanish, and then Buena means good. So uh, in in my end, it's like thinking, positive thinking at its best. So here you go. So my topic is about heaven's blessing. So for me, heaven's bless we may have a deeper meaning about heaven's blessing, but in my life, heaven's blessing is this. So when we right, right. So this is my family. So this is my father and my mother, and then myself and my husband, my brother and my sister. So I was actually born in October 21, 1992 in Metro Manila, Philippines. So we grew up with a very disciplinarian father. So I say this because that's my triggering point to join the movement. This is my father. This is Eddie Carabuena. Is really strict, disciplinarian type, like almost military type of father, and he was back in the days in his college time. He was actually like a recruiter of a communist activist in their university. My mom as well. So they met in that platform. But then again, I met the movement back in 2009 after I graduated in high school through WCARP. So it's World Collegiate Association for the Research Principles. And I was really amazed for all the activities, leadership training programs, and what else? There's a lot of things like community outreach. Who does that, right? Especially young people. So I was really amazed and was really inspired. And World Carp also introduced me to the faith of true parents. I saw lots of elders, leaders, brothers, and sisters who were really faithful and who actually gave me this inspiration to not only to find my own faith, to have my conviction with my own faith, but also to be able to share this conviction with others. I can still remember when I was searching for that answer. Why am I going to still stay in this movement? Because all of my batchmates were gone, like that. Then I found the magazine of True Parents in one of the training centers. I really can still remember vividly. It says there that the moment you decided to take ownership of your faith is the moment you decided to take ownership. Oh, the moment you decided to have conviction of your faith is the moment you take ownership of your faith. So in my end, I am really convinced that everything from chapter 1 to chapter 16 is true. So then it's on me to actually take care of my own faith. So yeah, so because of that, I don't have any more questions. I also, you know, when I was a young ones, a year old in the movement, I really don't believe all of my elders' lectures somehow, really skeptical because I was thinking maybe they were doing this because they were trying to make me believe about the principle. But yeah, I search and search. Sometimes I really sneak out during the night just to read world scriptures. And yeah, it was so fascinating that every religions, they were really talking about um, blessing of family. They were talking about, you know, the original heart of our heavenly parents, true parents. But true parents really made it so simple in plain language. That's why we were able to be reached by this witnessing. I was blessed with Michelangelo Masungsong last February 2020 in Korea, and all of my godfathers and mothers were, they were the one that I felt so close and special during my mission full time days in Manila. So those, yeah, the organization. I really felt close with these leaders because they really share their heart with me whenever they tried to witness not only to people outside of the movement, but I was also witnessing how they. I'm more of an observant when it comes to people, preaching the word. That's why when my father knew that this is like somehow related to a religious, not really a religious, but because of the nature of our activity, because it's a social civic organization, the organization back, W Corp. But the nature of our activity boils into educating people about morality, sexual morality, and then about faith, about having family. He really cried during that time because I am so convinced. When I was 15 years old, I really, decided to take this 21 leadership training program, and since then I never came back because they actually threatened me that if I join this movement, they will like disown me like that. So sometimes they were really tough, and I said okay, and my father cried during that day because probably of course as a parent, it's nature of our parents to really care. So these are my parents and my spiritual family, my blessing as well. So I'm just gonna share a little bit about this. So there you go. All then. All right. So true true parents' words. So boundless giving. Witness to people through your boundless giving. When you have done so, those who do not respond will be summoned by heaven. They will have no excuse. Once goodness is sown, it will always be reaped. Hence, when a good person calls you, if you do not respond to that person, you will face consequences. Although goodness has extended its hand, if no results ensue, that neighborhood and even the neighboring villages will be entangled in the snares of Satan. When you go out witnessing in a certain place, the ancestors who have good connections there will try to gather their descendants and guide them to meet you. Because they know the basic principle, they try to guide their descendants even by appearing in their dreams. So when I was in college as well, these are these are the little activities we do to witness people. So this is inside the campus of Polytechnic University of the Philippines. This university is also known as the number one recruiter of communist activists in the Philippines. So yeah, it's a known, known thing in the Philippines that this university is really active, full of activist communists. But then yeah, this is how we witness. We just approach people who were coming by and invite them to whatever it is that they were really interested. Of course, we have done with the martial arts, our service project, and our adventures. So through this, they can learn our divine principle workshops, and by that we also train them to actually lecture it in their own way, right? So these things are the ways that we actually invite in our university, in our campuses. So in that campus, we WCARP was awarded as one of the most outstanding organization in PUP Manila. So it was really, even though it was known that there's an activist type of university, still, because of our elders, leaders, brothers and sisters who came before me, they really have done like an outstanding effort to really be that organization for people. So yep. And then these are my spiritual children. So we are all sisters, because my strategy is that just invite sister because I'm sister and I also need to protect myself. And so here, well, there's a lot of them. I just had, we were only three. I mean, back in the year of 2020, this is Vanji. She's in the US right now. She also started family. Also Jenny Rose Mendoza, also started family. Ravi and Jenna is still preparing to start family, and a lot of young people still have to apply for blessing. And yeah, if not for the people of our heavenly parent and true parents who did witnessing back in 2009, I will never meet my spiritual family, spiritual parent, my spiritual children who made me, spiritual parent, made me do public things for the sake of our advocacy, right? What else? They gave me opportunity to learn and study the heart of our heavenly parent and true parents, because just a little bit of background, since I was not really that religious. I am always preparing for the messages or for the topics. Whenever they ask questions, I always prepare it for myself, because they have deeper not deeper foundation when it comes to their faith. Like Vanji, she is a deep Catholic, a very traditional Catholic type of. She came from a very traditional Catholic family, and then here Jenny comes from a Mormon, family, and then switched to Christian, Jesus Lord movement, like that. So these families were really searching for, for faith, for the truth. So also Ravi is someone who doesn't believe in God. So we were kind of really studying how to approach these people. And good thing is that true parents have given us so many manuals on how to actually know people, and how to introduce the principle to people. What else? And they really questioned me so much, that I have to really do conditions. I have to do conditions because, like my parents, Ravi is very skeptical when it comes to the principle itself. So normally he would observe people around me, even me, myself, on how do I, apply principle in myself. So that kind of thing. But then again, as every elders said, true parents is the only absolute, thing that we have in this world. So no matter what happened to your elders, leaders, brothers and sisters, you just look at the standard, and that's true parents. So I really encourage them to seek their own passion in life. If they find, working, outside, or probably using their talent in teaching, Jen is teaching, or maybe multimedia. Vanji is also good in mission in US as well. So they do that. As long as they feel alive, go to that place. So, heart is where you feel most alive. So make sure, I always tell them that make sure that you have your heart um, alive. So when I was working as well, I really asked for a sign. So I said that if I ever happen to meet like a member in my working area, because I was, learning specialist in a specific company, then that's the sign. That's it. I need to like do mission. And then one of my trainee approached me and said, Miss Maddie, are you a member of Family Federation? And I know that that's a member from Family Federation. So yeah, it was so exciting. It was so I felt like I have this longing heart to really meet everyone that knows true parents, right? So if that is the thing, for me, witnessing is heaven's blessing in my life. Because if not for those people who actually fervently share true parents' words and deeds, I would not have met these amazing people. I would not have met my spouse as well, right? And then, like, what are the odds that I could be able to find the right person to walk on a heavenly path with me? So that's kind of my thinking. Because if not for the movement, I would not think of marrying, really. Because people, right, and like people were so in the outside world, of course, we're so miserable because of love, and then they still love. So what are the reasons for that? So the movement offers a lot of life-giving elements to the people around us, and it's really, no one really cannot no one really can deny the truth behind our true parents. So yeah, that's how I was witness, and I tried to really educate. They call me Halmoni because that's grandmother, but I'm still young. And what else? Yeah, and also I was witness because of the activities and the behaviors of my elders, leaders, brothers and sisters. And so that activity, or that behavior that they do every day, who actually wakes up every morning just to, every early in the morning just to hear God's words. It's just, people like you, right? And what else? I really am so blessed, because even though I really, I really don't have that dream that some of our brothers and sisters experience, but there was amazing experience that I had when I was doing mission. And yeah, those are the things that really keeps me going. So whenever I think I'm really like giving up, I'm just gonna look on the other side of those people, because some people were not don't really believe on our true parents, right? Just gonna look at them, and they were so strong, still fighting, right? They were so strong. Those who does not have our true mother right now, those who do not believe our true parents, they were so strong in their faith about what they are doing. So me, on side of our true parents, true mother, I have true mother, I have true parents with me. Why would I be weakened by these secular influences, right? So yeah, I just kind of look at that part and then fight again, like that. So they were like my motivating factor. If they were doing better than me, I have to also do better, because these people doesn't have true parents, and we have true parents. So I feel like I should do better than that, like that. And then what else? Yeah, because of that, because of witnessing, it allows us to live publicly, even by just sharing true parents words every day. I really felt you know leaders also witness day by day by sharing Hunduke. And that's something that I really admire about our leaders. They really have this gift of talent when it comes to sharing true parents words. And truly I am grateful for these people who did witnessing. So I really pledge myself that if I were not the parents of my invited, I really don't have how to say, I really don't have the best words when it comes to witnessing, but I really serve the parents of my invited. So this Jenny, Vanji, and Raby, I was able to go in their houses and then cook for them, chat with their parents, and their brothers and sisters became members as well. Their parents became members. Some of them received blessing. Some of them really went in the Family Federation Church, and they were all positive. And I wish I had that when I was starting, but then again, my father, when I had my wedding last year, like the wedding for them, actually to witness them as well, my father really cried in my wedding, because he was really thankful about our activities, and that I was really guided by our leaders. Back then their opposition about me joining the movement is really like, it seems like I was doing um bad at that time. But then again, when they saw how we persevere to keep our purity before marriage, and then when we were able to you know um advocate for one man one woman, right, in our marriage, then that's the time that we have to really introduce people the standard of our true parents, the blessing, right? So yeah, with that, I would like to end this with the words and pictures that my spiritual daughter gave me. It's like a picture of a marathon. So in here, I'm always also reflecting about what I have to do in my life of faith. What kind of life of faith you will pass on to your future generation, so that they could run, holding that the baton tight, seeking their own faith and willing to pass it on to the next person in line. So whenever I look at our elders, brothers and sisters, they were really so great when it comes to raising their own children, to have second generation, third generation. And I want that in my life as well. I want to be able to pass on that baton of faith for them to be able to run that that marathon up until the finish line, right? So with that, thank you so much and have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Ledie. Thank you for sharing your life with us. And I just need to, I'll just stop participating. There we go. So thank you for sharing about your life of faith. And sorry I didn't get much time with you before going to Korea, because she only just arrived a day or two before going, so I didn't have much time to spend with her in Sydney. But I liked that quote you remembered. Once you're convinced in your faith, then you become the owner of your faith. And I can see from your testimony that you truly are convinced. And that really is a turning point, because once you really believe something, then you actually do it. When you're never 100% convinced, then you always doubt and question. And then, as you said, you have no questions. And it is a life path for people in a life of faith to reach that point where you don't doubt anymore. And I know for some people in their life of faith, it takes a long time to reach that point where there's no doubt. And to me, that's the same as having no shadow, that we are fully in the light of heaven, and embracing God's love. And I think many of us may resonate by having parents that were very disciplinary. Certainly my parents were. I'm not sure that they were communist activists. Mine were very religious, but so again is communism is just a religion that doesn't include God, but it still has that same elements of discipline. So having a very religious family, which I did, is also very disciplinary. And recognizing many things you were talking about, and seeing all your spiritual children there. And we know, some of us know Jenny very well, because she's part of our Oceania staff and does many flyers and things for us. And I was happy to realize that you were her spiritual parent, and that your spiritual children are all very diverse, from people who believe to people who didn't believe before. And I thought when you mentioned one of the methods that you did in witnessing, I thought that was a great thing to do. You said that you had the opportunity to serve their parents. You went to their home, you cooked, and you were able to get close to their parents, so that their parents were totally accepting when their child decided to join this way, and how, in a way, that you wished your father was totally accepting. But then, I believe he must have, if he cried at your wedding at the moment. So, I think there's many good points that you bring up in your life of faith, and you still have passion to witness and hear. And also, your husband is in America at the moment now, doing witnessing activity there. And I hope that you, because Ledie will be here for a couple of years doing a diploma of management, because it came on a student visa, and her timetable is actually very good, in the sense that she has a lot of free time. They put all of her studies in 3 days, leaving her 4 days, so she can invest in helping others deepen their faith and get to know faith. So thank you, Ledie, for sharing with us, and I'll just open it up to others who'd like to make a comment. So thank you. Yes, Barbara, go ahead.
Hi, Ledie. That was beautiful. I just can't imagine what it must be like to find the church so early in your life and to be so convinced and so certain. And it's just such a blessing for us too. Now, you might like Sydney, but Melbourne's really nice. Come to Melbourne, Ledie, go. And it's really going to be exciting to see all the wonderful things, the world-beating things that you do in your life. And I know you said that you don't really have the words, you said when you were witnessing. I want you to tell us the words that you do. If you have a series of words, I'd probably not the venue to do it now, but I'd very much like to hear that.
All right. Well, some of it's not really a witnessing word, but just simple. Well, are you hungry? Like, let's go to the center. Let's take a lunch, and then they will sit there to really like listen to the lectures, and then yeah, that's it. And sometimes I just kind of ask people, "Oh, what's your field of interest? Their courses." Sometimes I really don't know anything about their course, but I try to research, put an effort so we can be connected. So those certain things really, and really sometimes I'm amazed because sometimes some people that I really targeted to witness, they ended up not being the one who will finish the divine principle course, right? So yeah, so I really, withdraw judgment that I like this type of people. This is the only people I have to witness. So we have to, because back then when I started joining the organization, was really impressed by people who have, good commands when it comes to facilitation. And I want to be like them. I wanna, learn from them. So I joined lecturing competition. And then because of that, I have to study, divine principle, everything. So yeah, those are the things that really excite me as a youth. Of course, youth, young peoples are really idealistic. They want to be the best. Yeah. And I was like that. I want to be the best. So those are the things that actually inspires me. And I know young people would also be the same. Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, yes, sorry. Thank you, Ledie. It's really such an honor and beautiful to meet you, and lots of love and blessing to you. Whereabouts is your husband in America?
He's doing ILTP mission in US, and then he was witnessed as a missionary in Alpa before. It's a training center in Philippines, and then joined IPLC, International Leadership Training, International Leadership Peace College, founded by True Parents. And yes, we were matched and then received the blessing. So yeah, we were doing missions. So when he was there and was still working, I decided that this is the perfect time to get back on track. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Also, Barbara asked, what state in America is he in at the moment?
He's currently in Ohio. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, John.
Yes, Silvana, go ahead.
Good morning. Thank you so much, Ledie. Such a beautiful, refreshing testimony. You said you want to be the best. I think you are the best. You already, I think you, wow, I'm so inspired. I really hope, I don't know your plans, but I hope you will be very much involved in witnessing here in Sydney, not Melbourne, Barbara. She's working here, don't you dare. Yeah, I think we...
Melbourne. We
we have a yeah, we need somebody like you to, yeah, I'm very grateful. But I'm very impressed when you joined the church, like when you met the church, the Family Federation, CARP, whatever, your parents were on the other side of the, like almost opposite belief, so to speak. You really are incredibly strong. In a way, you are like your parents. You inherited their strength, because to be able to to join the movement in an environment in such a family, from such a family, is incredible. I think you have so much spiritual power, probably most likely from your ancestors as well, and you can break through. It's wonderful. I think you also are a blessing for other people. Yeah. Okay, thank you. That's what I want to say.
Yeah, thank you, Silvana. Yeah, so true. Yeah. Yes, Greg, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Ledie. Lovely testimony, and it's great to see that you have, a good batch of lovely spiritual children. But I noticed they're all Filipinos, right? Philippine people, right? Of course, that's natural. I mean, Philippines very, I guess, fairly monocultural. A lot of Filipinos in Philippines, right? But anyway, you have an opportunity now to witness to people of all races. So it's a new level for you. Like you need to think about, the world, in the sense, like, if the people you witness to, you can say they represent the world. Here and in Sydney, you've got the world. So anyway, it's a good challenge and a good opportunity for you to have a more diverse group of spiritual children. And, God will take that as being you're loving all humanity, Anyway, just thought as you were talking, thank you so much. Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Greg. Yeah. Go ahead, Susie. Yep.
Maganda umaga. Maraming salamat po. Yung pagkain masarap. So thank you so much, Ledie. The Philippines is just the most amazing place. Which university did you actually go to? Because I lived there for 3 years, so I know a little bit. So I'm interested to know which university.
It's Polytechnic University of the Philippines. Yeah, it's a state university.
Was it in Quezon City or Manila?
It's in Manila.
Very mahirap don.
Yes, it's really challenging.
Yeah. I mean, I love the Philippines, and actually that was the reason I could join, because I lived in the Philippines for 3 years before I joined, and that was a long time ago. It was at the time of Marcos and Imelda and her zapatos, so it was a long time. But I am always amazed, and I love the heart of the Filipinos, a very sweet and open heart. Their love for good food, which is an enticing way to get people to come on board, and also your love for music. I think that's so precious. And your heart, even at such a young age, to have that tenacity to go out and to see what is needed. And amongst the students, the friends, I think that's a very key issue right now, is how do we get onto the universities? And because there is a lot of communist and Marxist influence. So how I hope that while you are there, you can share and help us to know what it is we can do to steer our younger people in a direction of understanding the divine principle, which is so much higher than communism. And if people really understand it, to create the counter proposal, the divine principle is the absolute counter proposal to everything that Marxism and communism stands for. And it's, I think, something that our church could really develop amazingly to counteract what is happening there. So bravo for what you've done. And, you know, Queensland is a place, I'm not going to entice you to come up here to stay, but it is a place that you can visit. We have a small community, but we can always learn. So again, maraming salamat po.
Yeah, thank you, Susie. Thank you. Go ahead, now. You've got your hand up. Yeah.
Good morning. Good morning, Ledie and everyone. Happy Mother's Day. Anyway, yeah, thank you for your enthusiasm, Ledie. And I was thinking, oh, when can we have some Filipino missionary sisters that can come straight to witnessing? Yeah, it is very refreshing to hear, you know, young people being inspired about the divine principle. And we need revitalizing here. So it's quite refreshing to hear a young person sharing their testimony. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Na. Thank you. And yes, yeah, happy Mother's Day. That's right. And everyone's, a couple of people putting chats up. Yeah, it's Mother's Day today. We got lots of mothers. We got old mothers, new mothers, emerging mothers. So.
Oh, by the way, it's a special day and time for me today. My mother and her 3 other sisters arrived from Australia yesterday. It's so cute to have them all together. But they're not with me at the moment. My mother and the other sister will come today. They're with their other sister. So, and also I'm giving our message, Sunday message today, based on honoring mothers. So that's quite special. Yeah.
It is, yeah. Thank you, Na. I hope it goes well.
I was just wondering.
Yes, go ahead, Greg.
Yeah, I was just wondering, like in our region, how many, we have old mothers, young mothers, sort of new mothers, good witnessing mothers, many things. How many perfected mothers do we have in our region?
Oh, we're putting out a big challenge there. I think we got to also ask the question, how many perfected fathers are out there?
The mothers will become perfected when the fathers help them and support them. That's
yes.
what that will happen.
So true, so true.
And believe in them. I think the thing about being a father and a mother, and who's the best at it, you got to have the children. So the more children you have, the better. That being not just physical ones, but also spiritual ones, because that's the essence of witnessing. To me, is always that point. The person you witness to becomes part of your family, and then they're your child. So you said you were Helmanim, so you said you're a grandmother, so your children have children. And you still need to do it physically. It'll come. We still have a couple of minutes for anyone who'd like to make a final comment before we move on to prayer.
Yes, okay.
Go
Whoever
ahead,
does the
Candice.
dishes in the toilet is the winner. Cleans the toilet, you're the winner of the house.
Did you say clean the toilet?
Yes, you're the owner of the house. You clean the toilet and do the dishes, you're the owner in a humble way.
Yes, well, that's certainly, that means you need to be willing to do the jobs that other people don't like doing. Yes. And if you can do it with a smile on your face, that's even better. Yes, Chris, go ahead.
I'd just like to say, Ledie, you mentioned earlier in your testimony that you don't feel you speak in a special way or that other elder members are deeper than you, but having spiritual children is what it's all about. I think that's the deepest thing you can do. And the Bible says bringing one person to God covers a multitude of problems, I'll say. So I wouldn't think that you're not a deep person. The results are there. So we're glad to have you. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. So true. So thank you, everyone, and thank you for sharing Ledie today. It's time now for us to offer our unison prayer. So I'll just share the screen and let's pray together. Thank you.
Adieu, adieu, adieu. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day. And thank you again, Ledie. And see you all again tomorrow. Thank you.
You.
Nice to see you all.
See you.
Morning, Mr. John.
Thank you, Reverend John. Good morning.
Good morning, Uncle Nicholas. Good morning, Uncle Peter.
Hi, Roa.
Happy Mother's Day to all mothers.
Oh, yes, happy Mother's Day.
Yes.